Hello, World Tank Blitzers. It's Littlefinger and it's November 12th. Happy Friday. Time for another store review. By now, hopefully you've seen at least one of my videos talking about how you can get one really good Tier 8 premium tank by watching the streams for a Blitz Cup. That is this flashing icon up here. I'm not going to go into that because I have hit this so many times this week, just because I don't want you to miss out on a deal to get a really great tank as our missions reset there. Wonderful, good timing. I've got the T-25 Pilot pulled up here as the tank that I do want to talk about in the store. But first, I have a pop-up offer for 16,000 gold. Your number may vary a little bit lower depending upon how much money you've been spending on the game lately, but just take that number, divide it by the amount that it costs to get your gold per dollar. But I'm telling you guys, this is usually one of the best deals in Blitz. So if you're looking for some gold, this is a great way to pick that up. All right, so let's jump into the store. I do want to talk about the Battle Pass. $5 gets you everything below the line, which is going to be over 3,000 gold, and a really nice Tier 6 tank called the Spark. Very much in line here with the Skoda, but it's got a faster reload and a little bit less mobility. But I've had fun playing it, had some big games already, obviously still working on the Ace. But there we are. We'll get to the mystery boxes a little bit later. We'll get to the tanks a little bit later. So let's talk about some of these resource packs. Camo container here, you know, just not something that you really need to spend money on. The boosters here, not really something that you should be spending money on. 30, so that really it works out to be a really expensive deal here. I'm going to say pass on all of these resource updates. Now, where it does get interesting is the Untold Riches. Because there's a lot of additional things in here for this $100. Granted, it's not the greatest deal just for gold, but let's break this down. So you're going to get 37,500 gold off the bat. You're also going to get 500 gold boosters, which I equate that to be about 7,500 gold. It could be between 5,000 and 10,000, so I just go with the average. You also get 15 garage slots. For those of you guys that are new to the game, that are grinding and need garage slots to purchase tanks, you pick up 15 with this. You're also going to get the 90 days of premium. Also, you're going to collect them all containers. All right, so with this many containers, you basically have a 40% chance of getting one of these tanks. And a lot of tier 10s, a lot of tier 9s and 8s in this list. Each one has a 0.05% chance of dropping, so there's no weighted to the lower tiers, which we often see in some of these containers. And this is a long list of some really solid tanks here, so just keep that in mind. 40% chance of getting an additional tank out of this deal, and this works out to be about 440 gold per dollar without factoring in potentially tank. Obviously, that's $100 is a lot to invest in the game. I've done it. Don't be ashamed about it. Obviously, the deals get a little bit less as you move on down. Only 5 versus 10, 30 days versus 90 days. So the less you spend, the less of a deal this becomes. Gonna skip over the free XP and booster pack. Just don't, guys. Just don't. All right, so that gets us into the tanks. This is what you really want to know about. The FCM-36, this is a super slow tank destroyer at tier 3. There's no reason that you would want to buy and keep this tank, but here's the deal with this. You get 7 days of premium time. You do get the garage slot. You get the 5x booster, so you could play this tank, you know, however many times it takes to exhaust those 5x boosters. You're going to get 25 gold boosters. And then when you're done with this tank, you can turn around and sell it for 950. So well over 400 gold per dollar by the time you sell the tank. Again, a little bit of a warning here for players that have a lot of battles. It is very, very difficult these days to get into low tier games. So this is more for the newer players that want to try out a different tank and then can sell it for gold and not feel like they've lost out on any money, really, because you can reuse that gold to buy better tanks. Samoa. This is a French heavy autoloader. The price to me is still a little bit too expensive, but you are getting the premium camo. You're getting 3 mystery crates in the garage slot and all 9 equipment slots. So let's see if we can. So basically, it is just a certificate, a 5% chance of getting a certificate. That certificate then hits your storage area. You go and claim the certificate, and it's a random tank. You have no choice as to what you're going to get there. But heavily armored from the front, not much from the sides and rear. I did a video on it. If you want to check it out, please do so before spending 15,000 gold. I do think that is still a little high. 12,500 with just the garage slot and the tank, of course. We did talk at length and put out a video just reviewing just the strength of the Super Conqueror Rex. Obviously, you know, you could argue one way or the other, this is better or worse than the Chieftain Mark VI. Interesting thing with this is that it comes with an order that once you win, if let me take that, not once, if you win 50 battles in 10 days, you're going to get 5 mystery boxes. Again, that's going to give you a certificate and no way to determine what kind of tank that is, but it comes with the premium camo, the 35x boosters, really going to help you make some good experience points out of this. And it's just an all-around good tank, but for 25,000 gold, I still think it's a little bit on the steep side. You can get it by itself here for 20,000 gold. Probably the best deal right now in the store is the Ag Tiger 8.8. This thing has some super nice armor, just the fastest reloading gun, doing decent damage. It's a beast out there in the right circumstances. Yes, it's slow. You can get circled in it. But it is a solid tank, and I don't think you'll be disappointed with it if you like kind of the slower TD play style. Now, this is why I want to talk about the T25. We've got 2 really interesting tanks here. Let's talk about the Sheriff first. This tank has some really nice armor on it. Front 191, 152 on the hull. But it is slow. It is super, super slow. Think Super Pershing slow. It does have the rest of the characteristics of the American tanks with good gun depression, pretty good gun accuracy. But a tank that has surprised me that I like, that I didn't think I would like, is the T25 Pilot. I'm running a 78% win rate in this tank right now. And I looked at the stats to see why, because this is just your all-around American tank. It doesn't do anything great. However, terrain resistance of 0.5. I did a double take when I saw that, which means that this thing has a horsepower to an effective horsepower to weight ratio of 33. So it's going to get up to its top speed, which I believe is 50 kilometers per hour. Really fast. So it's got that additional factor of being nimble among all of the other factors that make it kind of a pretty fun tank. It's just boring, but I don't know why I have such a good win rate in it. But hey, 10,000 gold for 2 tier 8 premium tanks, 5x boosters, premium camos is a good deal. So, you know, you really have to be in the mood here for the American play style. You know, nothing exceptional really with those tanks. Moving on, we've got the VK4003 and the Krupp. The Krupp is a tier 5, so I'm not sure how often you're going to be playing that tank. The VK4503 has received some armor buffs on it. It's a little bit better of a play style, but it's German. It's got really accurate gun. However, the armor just doesn't have what it takes for this to be a heavy tank. Really need to play this more of a medium, heavy support type of tank. And if that's your play style, you know, you're getting a tier 7 and a tier 5 for 5,000 gold, which is not a bad deal. Get the tank by itself for 3,500, the Krupp for 2,000. All right, we've talked about gold. Not going to talk about this too much, but apparently 2 times bonus for the first time you buy these, then it goes away. Now we're into the esports. We've touched on this before. You're going to get the charm for watching those streams at the event at the end of November, and then you can come in here and pick out one of these tanks. All 3 of them are really good. I've done individual reviews on each of them. Please make sure you check those out if you have any question as to which one you want. The reason we are seeing so many Prosciutto 46s out there right now is because of, if I can get to it, this camo right here. So it's another order where you actually have to spend money and complete a mission, which is 50 wins in 10 days, and then you unlock this camo, which has the NA Blitz Cup teams on it. Looks pretty neat, but you know what? I didn't want to tie myself down to having to win 50 games, so I am not going to participate in that. I like how, and I hope that they keep this Blitz Cup section, esports section, whatever they want to call it here, because it shows also what you can do with your coins, your tournament coins, that you also get 15 for winning each ratings battle. So keep that in mind. You can get yourself 2 decent tanks here. A little bit on the expensive side, but hey, you know, it's a free tank just for playing ratings. Here's your premium time. Don't need to talk about that too much. Make sure you're coming in here every day and purchasing your, or not purchasing, you're claiming your free tanks. For me, for those of you that have so many credits you can't spend them all, I come in here and I go ahead and unlock all 3 of these for the 65,000, just because you know, at least I'm getting some boosters out of money credits I can't do anything with. All right, so last here we've got mystery boxes. Again, this is going to be a certificate. No idea what tank it is, but it is a 5% drop chance. There is alternatives for getting premium time and gold out of these. But again, I don't like gambling on something I have no idea what I'm going to get out of it. So please just stay away from the mystery boxes. Container collection, we've seen this quite frequently, actually. Here are your containers that you will get out of this if you purchase it. But note that, say, take the Badger here, 3.5% drop chance for that container. So after you buy this, you're going to go to your containers section, and you're going to have 1 of each of these crates in there. AMX, 2.5%. So the drop chance for each of these crates varies from 2.5% to 5%. So hard to put an exact percentage on if you will get a tank or not, just because of the variability in some of those different crates there. But good tanks, I will say that. But again, gambling here, and I just don't like spending money not knowing what you're going to get. All right, so that's going to wrap up the store. Again, next week I'll try to make it a little bit quicker by not rehashing in detail the tanks that I already talked about this week. But for now, enjoy those streams. Get yourself a really good free tank at the end of this month. And with that, have fun out there. Stay safe, get educated. Not fingered. Littlefinger out.